right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video for Ha Long Bay. We're going to give you a breakdown about our pros and cons of Ha Long Bay Vinpearl Resort. You go ahead and start it off.
First thing first, Ha Long Bay is about 2 to 2.5 hours away from Hanoi, depending on what part of Hanoi you are staying at.
Yeah.
We highly recommend that you get a service, a car transfer service from your hotel, something that is reputable. Don't get anything outside you don't know anything about. So if you're staying at a good hotel, like the Intercontinental, or if you're staying at the Hilton or Marriott, go through them. Go to the concierge service, get all that stuff situated before you get there.
It was super confusing booking the transportation to Ha Long Bay from Hanoi, but we ended up calling or emailing the Hotel Intercontinental to see what they would recommend, and they actually set us up with the service themselves. And it's a reputable company because they're kind of connected, and it's on them if it gets messed up. So they'll put you in contact with the transportation service, and then the transportation service will email you and go from there. So definitely do that. Don't go through Klook or anything like that, but set it up with your hotel.
And another thing we did when we did the transportation service is we got the biggest vehicle we can possibly get. So we got an SUV. It could hold 4 to 6 people, but it was just comfortable. Your legs are spread out. You could just relax.
Yeah.
So do something like that, and have some cash with you just in case they stop somewhere, you want something to eat or something to drink. But on our first, when we went to Ha Long Bay, we didn't stop. The guy didn't say a word.
He drove straight through. He didn't really talk to us, which was actually kind of comfortable because we could rest. And he drove straight through. The second guy coming back from Ha Long Bay, he was very talkative, very nice.
We did Google Translate. We was going back and forth with Google Translate. He wanted to learn about our country, and we learned about his country. He was a good driver.
Yeah.
And we felt safe, so we gave him a tip at the end.
But he did stop. He did an unexpected stop for a coffee and a bathroom break, but it was also kind of one of those, check out these shops and buy something.
Yeah, but he didn't tell about just what we felt.
Yeah, it was one of those. But I mean, it was like a 15-minute stop, and then we were back on our way. So be prepared for that.
Pros and cons, okay? One of the major pros is it's very secluded location. It's on an island. The island is not far from the mainland. It could be like a 5-minute ferry ride, and the ferry ride is 24 hours a day, every 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. So there's going to be times out there, and the good thing about getting on the boat is that not anybody can get on the boat. It's all facial recognition. So you feel safe, and there's security on the ground at all times. They are patrolling the ground. They are patrolling inside the hotel. So we felt very, very safe.
Yeah, nothing shady is going on. It was all up and beautiful. The port itself, where you caught the shuttle boat from mainland to the hotel, was really actually beautiful. And getting to the hotel was even more beautiful.
It was like a bigger building. And it has like it felt like a banquet hall. So it felt like they had bathroom, they had drinks, they had free complimentary drinks, they had internet, the taxis and the bus could be in the front. So once you go to this hotel, what they're gonna do is they're gonna ask, of course, for your passport, and they're gonna ask for a credit card. We recommend using visas. For some reason, Colleen was having a problem with her Amex. Just use your visa at one location.
Yeah.
But I always, even though you don't need to call the credit cards companies, I always let them know where we're going to be. So I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't had any problems. I just don't think that the person knew if they took Amex or not, so it wouldn't take my cards. But it is what it is. Always carry cash on you, so be prepared.
Also, the views are stunning, but you have to be very careful what kind of views you're going to get. All the views are good, but if you want the ocean views, the Ha Long Bay views,
the nice views,
those are the ones you want to get. The other views going to be facing the mainland, and it's not, they're not ugly, but who wants to see that if you're in Ha Long Bay?
You'd be facing the shuttle bus going back and forth from
the dock area for the ferry.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want that, that's great. They might be discounted rooms on that side, but if you want the nice views of the rocks, you want to go on the back side of the hotel.
So what we did to get the good views is we booked out a year early.
Yep.
So if you want to get a good view and a great price, we got that stuff for about a year. I think it was November when we got our stuff, and we got the executive suite room, which you will see in our video.
Yeah.
And it was nice. We were on the top floor, and each executive areas, there's the whole top floor is pretty much executive areas, but yeah, each corner you had these big old domes, and you get half a dome for yourself.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
All right. So the pros of Ha Long Bay, they do, if you're going to be working out on your stay, we always promise that we're going to, but we're always go, 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 and maybe a little bit of resting in between. So they do have a gym at Ha Long
Nice.
Bay.
It's nice.
It was really nice. I did like that. They do also have 2 pools.
There are 3 pools. They had 2 outdoor pools and that 1 indoor pool. There was a small little pool and a big pool.
Oh, I didn't see that.
There was a major pool. There was
There's
like a place to walk. There's like another pool.
Yeah.
Then there was the indoor pool.
And the indoor pool upstairs. The indoor pool is kind of hot, so if you like it steamy.
But it was ventilated.
Yeah.
They had those tops open. So that was.
But it is steamy in there. So yeah.
For amenities, the on-site amenities were excellent. As we mentioned, we had the pools. We had private beaches. Well, they had 3 private beaches, but there's only 1 to use.
Only
if you
one
want to
you can
use.
swim in.
And also they had jet skis if you want to rent jet skis. They had 3 restaurants. They had a seafood restaurant that's over the water. They had an Italian restaurant, and they had a place where they have in the main building where you can have your buffets for breakfast buffets or dinner buffets. We tried the dinner buffet once. It was expensive. It was like 1.5 million Vietnamese dong,
Which came out to like
$50-some dollars.
Yeah, almost $60 for the dinner buffet.
So it was cheaper actually to eat in your room, and the food was excellent.
Yeah, so surprisingly enough, it's actually cheaper to get the in-room service than it is to go to the restaurant or get the buffet. So we highly recommend you order in because it's really good food, better than the buffet, and it's cheaper. So yeah, get in-room service.
And also spa. The spa was excellent. So if you plan on doing spa, make sure you schedule it the first day. So they're gonna want your WhatsApp number to talk back and forth, or they'll give you their WhatsApp number and you just go back and forth so they can set everything up. And we got 10% off.
Yeah.
And also the spa, we took the 90-minute couples retreat spa massage treatment.
They were running a special on it.
It was good.
Until October 31st. So yeah, it's really good. So check out the spa. They might be running specials, but even if they're not, they're inexpensive and affordable. So definitely check them out. They did a great job.
Yeah,
Those ladies have strong hands.
They strong hands. Okay, and another thing is when it comes to like the grounds, there's enough to keep you really busy for a day. For a whole day, like you don't have to go anywhere for the entire day.
Yeah.
Your first full day if you don't need to. But the problem you're gonna run with when you get to Ha Long Bay is the weather. It's not really like it's bad, but it's just overcast. With the ocean meeting the mainland, it creates a lot of fog, a lot of overcast. And it's just the beginning of the peak season. And the first day we rested, but the second day it rained. It rained just all day.
Yeah, yeah. So be prepared for that because you see really sunny pictures and video of Ha Long Bay and the beautiful rocks, but be prepared because it'll be overcast probably most of the time, but it's still really beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing that was good with your pro was the service. The quality service was excellent. They were always calling to know if you needed anything. They always called to know if you need your room clean. Once they delivered food, they would call again to know, do you want us to take the tray out? If you asked for pillowcases, no problem. If you wanted a blanket, no problem. So the service was good. We've read reviews where some people complained, but on our end, there was nothing that we can really argue about or say anything about. And just to show you how good the service is, today was our last day there. And with our hotel stay, we had the breakfast was included. But the main lodge, the main buffet area was full. They opened up the Italian restaurant and we never had a chance to go there, and they sat us there and it was nice.
It was really
so
nice.
Today was packed. There must have been a wedding because there was a lot of people today.
Yeah.
And it was really, really nice. The people are very courteous. They speak several languages. Some people speak English. You hardly heard the accent.
Yeah, yeah. They were very, very sweet. The service was excellent. Another great thing that I love about our hotel was we had the room booked with the patio view. And if you can get that room, we highly recommend it. We love it.
It's on the 8th floor, either the right-hand side or left-hand side on top of where those circular dome-looking spots are in the building. Those are very good.
Outstanding.
Executive suite. Those are nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the cons.
Okay, the cons. One's going to be price. It can be pricey, but if you book it early enough, you can get some good deals. As mentioned, we booked it almost a year in advance, and we got the executive room, unbelievable, for $556.23. I say again, $556.23. And that's with breakfast, and that's the highest echelon of room you can possibly get. There is no way you could get that in the States or even in Europe. There's no way.
No.
Now, granted, the place is next to a body of water. There's a lot of humidity. So there are some spots outside that need some attention. But you saw people painting, fixing at all times. But it's just part of it. You have to fight the elements because you're next to a body of water and it's two different temperatures clashing.
However, I will also say is that the hotel, if not maintained properly, will start falling apart because it is starting to show a little bit of wear and tear and age. And a problem with that is that in the States, what we've noticed is a high-end hotel is looking for little things that they're going to fix, and they want everything to be immaculate for the most part. Matching paint, make sure all the little edges are swept up and clean, like everything is nice and tidy and neat. Whereas at Ha Long Bay, there was, I don't know, some powder around the base.
It could have been for ants.
It could have been for ants or something. There were places where the paint didn't match, where they did a repair, or like the back of the bathroom door was a different color and not done right.
Or the window going outside from the office, it could have been clean.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's like little things.
It's not major, but it's little things that if you were going to pay a whole bunch of money in the States or in Europe, you would say, nah, it's not acceptable. But it's something that for this hotel, the company needs to pay attention because this hotel was built on 2015 in October, and they do get a lot of people. And I know they are dealing with the people coming in, the influx of people. They are dealing with the weather. So it's the weather.
Yeah.
And they're going to, and on top of it, they're going to start having competition with other hotels. You just got the Intercontinental just got built this year, and it is nice.
And there's other hotels that are being built as we speak. That whole area is just up and coming.
Yes.
Yeah. So another thing that we found was when you're taking a shower, you have to be really careful because the hot water will go really hot all of a sudden.
Or really, really cold.
Yeah, really cold. It's almost like someone flushed the toilet and you're stuck in the middle of it.
But the water pressure was excellent.
Yeah.
The amenities, the toothbrush, the toothpaste they provide, the robes are nice. So that part is good.
I love I love their colorful robes.
Yeah, we had 2 bathrooms. We had a living room. We had an office. We had a big balcony with grass and little trees. It was amazing.
Yeah. The only other downside that I will say is a major con is that you're on this island with a beautiful beach. The water is kind of murky. I grew up in California in Santa Monica, Venice area, so I'm used to like brownish beach water. But they have 3 beaches, 3 or 4? 3 beaches. So 2 of which you cannot swim on, only one you can swim on. And it's kind of like roped off. But also jellyfish. Yeah.
Like when we were doing our investigation, our recon of this place, we watched a lot of YouTube channels. We didn't see anybody swim in that water. Everybody was in the pool. That was a question. They said you could, but we didn't even see the locals swimming unless we were fishermen. So we're like, we're not going into that.
No.
You know? But we're not saying that the water. We're not saying it's
bad. We're not saying don't do it. You can do it, but just
look at your surrounding and see what the people are doing. If you don't see people in the water, use your judgment.
And really, I mean, other than the beach, you can hang out on the beach. You can lay on the sand in the chairs. There's plenty of area to do that. Walk along the little beach if you want to, but use your judgment. Now,
another con, I don't know why they call it a con, but it's like accessibility to the island. So it's a con and a pro. Pro is you can get on the island, it's 24/7, so there's always going to be a boat, but the con is you have to go by their schedule. There's a schedule, so what we did was we took a picture of their schedule on our phones and we look at that, and we were there like maybe 5 to 7 minutes prior.
Yeah. I mean, it was super easy. Again, it runs every 30 minutes, so really isn't a big deal. And then another last little con is the fact that the food for the buffet was okay. Like, again, it was expensive if you're paying for it. The breakfast buffet was okay, but it's not like great. So if you want great, order room service and pay for that. But also
it was above average, but it wasn't like 5-star, above 5-star. It was in between.
Which is going to make you mad if you're ordering or paying for the food at night for the dinner, because it's basically the same thing as you're doing a dinner buffet and paying for that. And the food quality is like for the price. But if you order the room service, you're getting better quality.
We were very surprised about that, how good does.
I was expecting the same quality of food in room service, but when you get room service, it is actually really good. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that is our 2 cents on Ha Long Bay.
What would you say about Ha Long Bay, the city itself? Like, What would you say about the other hotels that we saw when we went down towards the cruise? What were your thoughts on those?
It's kind of a mixture. It's again an up and coming area. They're doing a lot of building. It looks like they're going to try to make it a beachy party town. But for the most part, it's very clean, very empty right now. But there's a lot of building going on.
So
really quick, we went to Sun World. Do not sleep on Sun World. So you can go out, take a little boat ride into the limestone rocks. That's really cool experience. But go to the amusement park. We paid $30. Watch our video on that if you want to see a full review. But it was about $30 for both of us. And we took the cable car. We were able to do the, what is that one called?
The slide, the dragon slide.
The dragon slide. We were able to have access to the roller coaster. Didn't do that though. We ran out of time. And the Ferris wheel. It is really amazing. It kind of feels cheesy at first, but do not sleep on it. It really is a cool place to go.
Another thing is, like, if you decide to get a hotel, this is our opinion, if it's not going to be the Wyndham that we saw, or if it's not the Hotel Vinpearl, if it's an Intercontinental, whatever you book, please go on Google, look at the grounds around you, what's around you. Do a Google fronts. Like, some of these hotels are next to empty lots. Some of those lots have trash. They have debris from construction. Some of them are like isolated by themselves. So those are things that you really need to pay attention to.
Anyway, that's about our take. Do you want to say anything else?
Just don't look at Ha Long Bay as a cruise destination area.
Yeah.
What we recommend from what we know now is 4 to 5 days, perhaps 6 days. What you can do is you could do 2 days on a tour, on a cruise, and make sure you don't pick any kind of rinky-dink cruise boats. Pick a nice boat.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, stay at a nice hotel and just use Grab to go visit these places that we mentioned, and just do research and see what other places you can visit to.
And look at your surroundings.
Look at your surroundings. Most of the things going to be happening at night.
Yeah.
During the daytime, there's not much going on unless you're doing a cruise. And we did a cruise, but we didn't do the 1 to 2 day cruise. We just did a few hours just to go and check out those rocks, which was really nice.
Yeah, we did 5 to 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours, 3 different activities. The first one was a speedboat going through around the rocks.
That was
the
fun.
other one was going up to a cave. We didn't do that. We just wanted to chill. And they had another one going to another cave, and we just chill.
Yeah. So you have the option of staying on the boat. But anyway, I hope this helps if you're planning a trip to Ha Long Bay. If you are, just watch the video through. And then if you are also planning a trip to Hanoi and might be staying at the Intercontinental, watch our video on that one as well.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
She's going to add this later when she does her clipping. If you're coming from Hanoi in a hotel and you know you're coming back to Hanoi, same particular hotel, you can leave your major suitcases at your hotel and just bring a smaller suitcase. You don't need that much. One carry-on suitcase is all you need to go to Ha Long Bay, and you're not dealing with all that suitcase, especially if you go on a cruise, spending 1 night to 2 nights, because you got to lug that stuff in the airport. And that port is made out of, the walking area is made out of wood, and there's some gaps. You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. So, if you're coming back to the original hotel, definitely leave some luggage behind. You can pick it up later. But yeah, that's our 2 cents. So we hope you liked this video. If you did, check out our other videos. Let us know if you have any questions down in the comments or want to show us some love. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hit that notification bell. And we will see you on the next one. Until then, happy and safe travels.
Bye-bye.
Bye.